Welcome to my honest view reviews. Straight to the point, no nonsense. This has all been paid for with my own money. First things first, safety. No mag, empty chamber, and it's flagged. Today is part 7 and we are starting directly with a major front end victory. If you watched our last episode, you saw us take some massive losses on the bench with a bulky failing wire layout. I stripped it down and completely redid the setup in advance, and I am finally 100% happy with how it looks and how it handles for me. Alright, so let's get into it. First, I'm just going to go over what I did and how it worked and why. Alright, so first was the mount for the Streamlight. I got a, I cannot pronounce this one. It's Arisaka, Arisaka, something like that. It allows you to have multiple points where you can set it at a different height for each one. So that allowed me to get just enough room where the light is barely touching, just off by like a millimeter, instead of being crushed up against the front sight, which I didn't want. So that was one. Two, I got what is called RailScales, and these are Honeycomb. I got 1.5 and solos. So you got the 1.5s, solos here, so the entire rail is covered in these. I like the way they feel. They've got a pretty good grip. I wish they had a better explanation of the different grip functions that they have. There are some that are like severely like hardcore and some are very light. This one's not bad. I actually really like it, so I'm good there. I only used the tip point of my hand stop because for me, I just needed something that I could wrap, put my finger between, and hold properly so I can still use my light easily while still maintaining a good grip. And then lastly, I switched out, which I should have done in the beginning, was I got a Shaffer wire management route. So you can see that the wire comes up and around and it goes inside the Shaffer and it holds the mount perfectly still. As you can see, everything's locked in, tight, and clean. All right, with the Picatinny rail, I went with the generic. These are like little clip-ons. They can hold a wire through them, so they are wire management. But because it was so tight, I didn't want to put them through them because it would have made the wire too tight with the way it's lined up. So this way works for me. It's still protecting the wire so it can't get cut on the Picatinny. And overall, I'm happy with the way that came out and looks. Now, the biggest problem I came across with the small barrel on a hex from PSA is there is not very much room, and having a 3/4 slot here makes it a pain to get everything in. But found that the RailScales are so thin, they perfectly line up in each slot, and because it's a tight rail, these worked out perfectly. So I'm very happy with that setup. Now that we have our rail system set up and everything's good there, we are now going to change out the brace. I got an SBA5 brace, which I actually like this one. As you can tell, it's a lot different than this one. This one is just a cheap, hard, unforgiving brace, and I don't like it at all. So because I didn't like it, I wanted this one. It had a good sale on it, so that's what I got. So I'm going to be putting this one on, and it's a simple pull down, slide off, slide on. Nothing hard about it. All right, let's get into it. So as you can see, it is definitely a lot easier to move back and forth, and you can lock it in wherever you need it to be. So that takes care of that one. All right, to wrap up our support gear, we have the little Magpul insert that goes into the handle. This will allow us to put 1, 2, 3A batteries in here, 2 of them. Lock the cap. This is going to give us that backup in case you ever run out of battery power on your flashlight. Then you can easily swap out the battery and it's in your handle. So that's what I'm going to be putting in. The batteries are in here and it just slides right in that handle. Now you have your batteries in there for whenever or if ever the light battery dies. we're able to replace it really quickly and efficiently with one that's in here. So that keeps us from having any tactical light errors. I plan on getting something for an extra battery on like a keychain. So that way, in case my green dot dies, I will have a battery on me. Our safety tolerances are fixed. We repaired the issues with the charging handle. We got it timed using a handmade spacer from a rod, and we have our tactical set up the way I want. We are officially ready for the grand finale. In our next and final video, we are heading straight to the range to run a heavy, comprehensive stress test on this build. We aren't just going to shoot a couple rounds in groups. I'm going to burn through about 200 rounds of FMJ and 100 rounds of jacketed hollow points. I have one brand I'm going to be trying that has a polymer tip, and I'll also still give a true HST style one a chance too. I'm going to see which one feeds the best, and if I have any issues, I know where I need to go. Hopefully the range test is good and we don't have any issues to worry about. Once back from the range, we'll go over and review what worked, what failed, what wins and losses I had, if I had any failures or problems on the range, and what I'm going to do to fix that. And I'll give you my complete honest feelings on the project itself and the end result. If you want to see the uncut raw workbench footage of me changing out the brace and the battery, please head over to My Honest View Reviews on Rumble. See you at the range.